This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
Massachusetts, battered and bruised.
Mother Nature can get real nasty.
Up and down the coast.
Hull, Scituate, Quincy, Winthrop, Boston Seaport District.
In the aftermath.
We'll probably be scrambling to get that dredged before the boating season.
But what about lasting solutions?
It is possible to become more climate resilient.
On Plum Island.
The property owners are willing to do it with their own private funds.
For Boston developers.
They have to demonstrate what steps that they will take to be climate prepared.
Sea change. Next on Chronicle.
Good evening. The Red Sox play their home opener tomorrow, yet snow is predicted for the day after that.
It's just unbelievable. It's fair to say it's an unusual spring so far, especially, says Erica Tarantel, for those still struggling with winter's consequences on the coast.
You can see the seas really are churning much more.
This winter, a series of nor'easters pummeled Massachusetts, unleashing blistering and sometimes deadly force.
The storm claimed the life of a Plimpton man on Friday.
The water is now starting to splash over the seawall here in Winthrop.
The sequence started January 4th with the ominously named bomb cyclone. More storms arrived March 2nd, March 7th, and March 13th. Records show these ranked among the most powerful tidal storms to hit the state since the 1800s. The result, historic flooding up and down the coast. Hull, Scituate, Quincy, Winthrop, Boston Seaport District. One factor fueling this run of severe weather, sea level rise. Climate scientist Bud Riss is former CEO of the New England Aquarium.
We've had almost a foot of sea level rise over the last 80 or 90 years. We see the media of the Sandys and the Katrinas and the Marias, so those are wake-up calls.
A report from the Union of Concerned Scientists predicts that by 2035, as many as 170 coastal communities in the U.S. will battle chronic flooding.
All these roads here are flooded out.
In early March, the South Shore town of Marshfield was walloped. The 25,000 year-round residents here who know their way around storms are rattled.
All the sidewalks are gone.
But there was definitely more flooding now, this last storm that we had, than I've ever seen. These homes have been here for years, but this is the first time that these 3 homes have been destroyed.
Chief of Police Philip Tavares shot this video of Ocean Street in the center of town.
This entire area here was nothing but a giant river, and a vehicle tried to traverse down the road. It was, the water was so deep it picked up the vehicle, pushed it across the street and into a ditch. Those people had to be rescued. So right now, I'd probably be standing in water that was up to my chest.
Coordination during the storm went smoothly, thanks to Marshfield's state-of-the-art Emergency Operations Center. From this room, police, the harbor master, public works, and town officials monitor and manage crises.
You can see at the bottom of the seawall, it's all cracked and crumbling.
Today, they meet at the center to review the aftermath. Marshfield's seawall, which is roughly 6 miles long, broke in 2 places and is compromised in several other spots.
These jetties should be parallel to each other.
The storm also damaged the jetties on Green Harbor and narrowed the entrance channel from 100 feet to 30 feet, says Harbor Master Mike DeMeo.
We'll probably be scrambling to get that dredged before the boating season. It's a big concern of mine, especially for the commercial fleet.
FEMA has been in town to assess the losses.
Towns alone can't afford to be building seawalls at $3,500 a foot, $2,000 per linear foot. They need state and federal assistance.
The storms are getting much more violent.
Town Administrator Michael Moresco says the destruction could have been far worse if Marshfield wasn't so vigilant about storm preparedness.
On Foster Avenue, we had the new seawall put in last year. That seawall was 2 feet higher. That was to accommodate the rise in the sea level. We require all houses that are going to have a 50% or greater renovation. And if they're on the water, they're on the seawall, they have to be put on stilts. If you're in low-lying areas, even away from the ocean, depending on your elevation, you have to be 4.5 feet above the high-level water mark.
Those codes, says Moresco, must be enforced and revised as storms become more severe.
Everything in life is a challenge, but you have to meet this challenge head on. We brought in Woods Hole. They look at the flood elevations. Marshfield, Duxbury, and Situate, we challenged the Commonwealth on the maps and the federal government because we knew best on where the real flooding areas were, where the low-lying areas were. We're going to be looking at new technology that's out there that we could put things out in the harbor offshore that will break the waves, that will lessen the impact.
As Marshfield gets back to normal, Chief Tavares says there's a cautionary tale for coastal residents everywhere.
One thing that is great is that nobody lost a life. Send a strong message to the residents to evacuate those coastal areas because Mother Nature can get real nasty and they'll evict you if you don't leave ahead of time.
And Chief Tavares says that most people in town listen to the warnings and stay away from the coastline during storms. However, some people like to stay and watch the storms, and they have lost cars and they've had to be rescued from these storms.
It's true. Green Harbor, by the way, is only 14 miles from Stellwagen Bank, and it's a really important harbor for fishermen and charter captains, so there's an extra urgency to getting that dredging done and getting that open before the summer, hopefully sometime in the spring.
Certain Boston neighborhoods are especially vulnerable to flooding.
Areas most at risk include parts of Charlestown, East Boston, the Seaport, and Fort Point.